Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Miranda Moon Magic. So this reading is going to be for the sign of Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the year of 2020. So this reading is going to look into love, career, spirituality, yourself, and just general stuff, anything that comes through. I recommend you guys, if you're more interested in love, to watch your Venus sign. More interested in like emotional internal stuff, moon sign, your ascendant sign for anything outside of yourself. So any people coming into your life, anybody's outward perspective towards you. So if you're looking at people's opinions of you, maybe watch your ascendant sign. And just general everything, I recommend watching your sun sign. So I'm just going to start off with a few messages that I got in my meditation for this reading. So I got the word motivation. So it feels like at the beginning of the year and throughout the year, you guys are just going to have a lot of motivation. And that motivation is going to be fueled by recognition. It feels like there is going to be an unexpected love interest coming into your life. You might even already know this person, to be honest, if you're watching this in 2019. But it feels like this person is going to be someone that you'd least expect, or someone that's not the usual person you go for. Just something about them is very different, and you're being asked to remain open to that. I also got the word sixth sense, you know, like the movie Sixth Sense. That's really hard to say. But it feels like maybe you guys are really tapping into your intuition and learning more about spirituality. Maybe you guys are trying to be open to mediumship. You guys could be starting to hear spirits of those who've crossed over. For some of you guys, that's kind of like a more message for less of you. I also got the color green, so this could mean multiple things. For me, green is talking about love and your heart chakra. So I feel the need, I'm also wearing green. I feel the need to remind you guys to balance your heart chakra, maybe making sure it's not getting over, what's the word I'm looking for? Making sure you're not putting too much energy into it or too little energy into it, making sure it's remaining balanced with everything else. You know, as the year goes on, maybe my right ear is ringing, by the way, so you guys, this energy is very strong and it's coming through very obvious for you guys. If you guys didn't know, I'm an Aquarius too, so a lot of what I'm saying might be relating to myself. Making sure to stay balanced, your heart chakra. Don't put so much energy into love if it does come in this year, because it feels, oh my gosh, that's so weird. Love on the bottom of the deck right now. Ooh, I got chills. Okay, so it feels like not putting so much energy into love, even if it does come in this year, which I feel like for most of you, it definitely will, especially if you're watching this for your Venus sign. Love is definitely going to happen this year. It's going to be very unexpected. I just saw 333 on my timer, and oh my gosh, it's 333 right now. Oh my god, that's so weird. Okay, making sure to balance everything, because threes are about balance, right? So making sure to balance. This is very weird so far. This is going to be a really crazy reading. Ugh, I'm going to sweat. I also saw the color green as money. So I feel like money is definitely going to be on the rise this year, whichever way is up for you guys. I also got the term sleep deprivation. So it feels like you guys might be so busy and so motivated and so inspired this year that you could kind of disregard your sleep or do so much that you're not getting enough sleep. And I feel like you guys need to think of sleep as a form of self-love and taking care of yourself. Making sure that you're balancing your self-love with love from other people as well. That could be what the heart chakra is talking about, making sure to love yourself as much as you love other people, which I don't feel like is really a problem, but making sure to put as much energy into yourself and your own self-care as you're doing to taking care of other people. Like I said, I saw an arrow that was pointing up, so it definitely feels like you guys are moving up, but not only with like money and career, but also socially. It feels like you guys are making a lot more friends. And I also heard the term eyes on you. I don't know if that's in a song. That's something to look into, but I heard the term eyes on you with like a melody behind it. So that phrase is probably in a song somewhere. Maybe Google that and listen to that song, or I'll put it in the description if I Google it after this. I also heard the star, and I saw the star card, so it'd be really interesting to see if the star comes out in this reading. But I feel like this is more so saying you guys are the star. There's going to be so many eyes on you, and it's like you're going to be out in public view. I don't know if this is you guys maybe gaining a lot more followers on social media, or this is you guys just becoming more quote-unquote popular in the area you live, more people knowing you. I feel like you're just like, I see a circle of people with you in the center, like you have the attention on you. And on the negative side of that, that could kind of make you feel like, who do I trust? Like, are these people around me just because I'm me, or is it because they're kind of following pack mentality, or is it because of what I have? Is it because of like who I am on social media, or what I can give them, you know? So, excuse me, learning to discern who's genuine in your life, and kind of being picky about the friends you hang around with, needing to learn that, because you guys might not have been in this situation before. You guys might not have had the amount of eyes on you that you have, and the amount of success that you've had before. And this is a new experience. So it's definitely going to be a learning experience for you guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull a oracle card for each quarter of the month, and then, well, from this Black Moon astrology deck, and then from my Queen of the Moon oracle deck, another one. So we're just going to look at each quarter right now with the oracle cards, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a tarot card for each month of the year 2020. I also just saw like fireworks, so it feels like the beginning of the year is going to be, it's like this huge change for you guys. And like as it is for everybody, I feel like I'm going to say this in every reading. It's like the end of 2019 is just going to be a huge shift. Everything's going to end, and this new beginning is going to happen. It's going to be very transformative this whole year. A lot of change for everybody, it feels like. Whether it be change in mentality, change internally, healing, change in love, change in career, moving up in love, change in like maturity. Some of you guys might be moving out of your like parents' house or something, living on your own for the first time, or with a partner. Okay, so I'm going to start with the first quarter of the year 2020 for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Oh, I kept seeing this card as I was shuffling. Some of you guys, this year could be the year that you guys are having your Saturn return, but I see this more so as lessons in maturity coming through, like I just said. It feels like, again, like you guys could be moving out, you guys could be changing careers, learning how to live on your own, learning how to deal with career stuff on your own. Lessons in moving up, whether it be socially, career, money. Also the green color coming out right now. This could be getting into a more mature relationship for some of you guys, or learning more about relationships in general that will prepare you guys for a more mature, grounded, balanced relationship. Some of you guys might not have even ever been in a serious relationship before, so you guys are having to learn lessons before that comes through. And it might be the beginning of the year that this comes through. It might be just a major shift at the very beginning of this year. With the 5, meaning change. Oops. Okay. So second quarter of the year, I have 5th house, creativity. So for some of you guys, and the moon soul card on the bottom of the deck, I feel like you guys are creatively putting your spiritual practices into action, if that makes sense. Like any intuitive thing you guys have been feeling, any intuitive feeling that the universe has been pushing you towards something creatively. This could be anything. I mean, for all of you, it'll be different, but just expressing your creativity in the second quarter of this year. And the change card came out with 2nd house, which means money. It's like there could be a shift in money the second quarter of the year as well. It's like you might be finally earning money from this creative venture that you're doing. It's going to be a huge change. It just feels like so new this year. Everything just feels so new and different. Oh, friends. For the third quarter, I got the 11th house, friends. So the 11th house is the house of Aquarius, so in community. So it feels like you guys, like I said in the meditation, you guys could be making a lot of new friends in the third quarter of the year, building a community. If this is social media, 11th house also rules over social media for me. So, and by rules over, I just mean like deals with social media for me. Hi, Cosmo. So with Saturn on the bottom of the deck, it's like whatever you're doing on social media feels like it's helping people, and it's helping people see the truth. You're just building a community and making a lot of new friends. It feels like you guys are the center of this. This is also giving me very 3 of Cups energy. So I mean, there could be 2 really good friends that you find in the third quarter of the year, or your good friends kind of boil down to 2 people. Like you might have a big community around you, but your good friends, but of your good friends, you might only have 2 or 3. Like I talked about in the meditation too, socially having to figure out who do you trust. So fourth quarter, I have the South Node, life's debts. So for some of you guys, this is a major learning lesson at the end of the year, maybe in who do I trust. Maybe since this whole experience at the beginning to end of the year is so different and so much is changing, it's like it's bringing up a lot of new problems for you guys. So it's like you have all these people around you, you have all these new friends, but it's like, who do I trust? And that might not have been a lesson you guys have learned in the past, or learning a lesson in stability. Some of you guys could be buying a home or having to learn about money in a way that you guys have never learned about money, managing your finances. And I even see this as you guys like learning how to do taxes at the end of the year, because you have so much coming in. It's like, how do I do, oh my gosh, with Aquarius underneath that. I know, I love that card. That's also the star for me. That's connected to the star. So it's like I've never had these problems before. I need to figure out how to deal with them. And South Node is just like karmic lessons. So it doesn't feel like anything necessarily heavy. It could be for some of you, especially if it's involving people you love and maybe picking apart friends. Maybe somebody tries to, I want to say betray, but I don't feel like it's as dramatic as that. Somebody could, quote unquote, betray you, and you having to be like, okay, I've never really experienced this before. I need to figure out how to deal with it. It's a lot. And it could be really emotional for some of you guys. For others, not so much, maybe. Could be a Sagittarius that you could have a falling out with at the end of the year. Or Taurus. I'm sorry, someone called me, but I was just about to show you guys. As I was shuffling on the bottom of the deck here, I got the change card. So 5 again. I was seeing 555, or also I was talking about change, but I see 5, 5, and 5 here. So 555 might be a number that you guys are gonna start seeing at the end of 2019, as well as throughout the beginning of 2019. This change, this shift is really happening right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pull another oracle card for each quarter of 2020. So first quarter of 2020, what is the message? First quarter of 2020 for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Too many cards. I also just saw 111 on my timer, so 111 might be a number you guys are seeing as well. Or 1111, so 111, 1111. More so 111 though. Okay, so first quarter of the year for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Pleasure. Okay, so the first, I got the words guilty pleasure when I first pulled this card. So it feels like you guys are figuring, this could also be love, of course, more of like the sensual parts of love. Feeling good, feeling really positive, feeling like really secure in your body, it feels like, but also really powerful. I get a lot of power with this. It feels like with all these butterflies around her, also indicating like transformation and change again. But all these little swirly lights around her, it feels like you guys are really embracing your truest self and your personal power. I get the word power a lot with this. I also saw 222 on my timer, so another number you guys could be seeing. But connecting with this Saturn return card, it's like you guys are reminding yourselves to see the positive in difficult change, to know that this new path you're going on is what you're supposed to be doing, even though it might be a little bit hard at first. Any new change is hard, but trusting and seeing the beauty in what could be and feeling. This is giving me law of attraction energy, where you're like journaling every day. New Year's resolution for some of you guys could be to journal, but I'm also seeing this is like you allowing yourself to feel what your dreams are before you have them. And that's really how law of attraction works. It's like you guys realize that, and you're working with that, and you're allowing yourself to feel the beauty of these transformations that are happening. New path. This is giving me very Emperor vibes too. And I also saw 333 on the timer. I keep looking up exactly on every single angel number. So for some of you guys, it might feel like you're seeing every single angel number every day, and you're like, what does this all mean? This is so much. Because it's like, okay, 1 or 2, we can kind of boil down what that means. But when you're seeing all of them, that's a lot. It's reminding me of the meme, you know, with like the person that says when the universe is throwing angel numbers at you and you're trying to figure out what it means. That's what it feels like. But it's just an indicator that you're going in the right direction. You're thinking positively and you're moving forward. You're doing the right thing. You're moving towards your life's purpose. Okay, so second quarter. What's going on the second quarter of 2020 for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? Oh, that really flew out, didn't it? Fruition. Yes. Okay, so it feels like whereas the beginning of the year, you guys might be manifesting and dealing with this change and figuring out how it's going to work for you, and also feeling how everything's going to feel when it finally falls into place. But this creative venture, this could be something you guys have been working on for a while, and you guys might have not seen the results that you've wanted, but you've been thinking possibly you've been keeping on the right track. You've been doing everything you're supposed to do, thinking positively, being grateful. And it's like finally all that's paying off and everything you've wanted is coming to fruition. That's a song. That's in a song too. I can't think of any songs today, but I'm thinking of phrases that are in songs. Music could also be something that really speaks to you in 2020, brings you a lot of answers. Like you put your phone on shuffle and it's like every song that you needed to hear, you hear. Okay, so third quarter. I got gratitude for the third quarter of this year with the 11th house friends energy. So gratitude is being grateful for the people around you, everything you have. But it feels less of everything you have and more of like the community that you've built around you and these beautiful friends you've had, and being very thankful for your close friends as well as the community, but being able to discern the difference between close friends and a community and somebody that you need to maybe pull back a little bit from. Like you can be nice to them, but don't put too much energy into people who are undeserving, and you're surrendering that control and you're trusting people, and you're allowing people to come into your life, it feels like, with more of an open door, whereas before you, in the previous year, 2019, you might have really had your defenses up, or you might have been trying to build a community or make new friends that you feel like really resonate with you, but it's like every time you feel like you connect with somebody, they let you down in some way, and you can still be cool with them, but it's like, you weren't really who I thought you would be. It feels like in the third quarter of 2020, you're making some solid friendships where you can trust and know who they are and they know who you are, and you can open up to them. Okay, so fourth quarter 2020 for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Faith. So with the South Node Debts card, this feels like, it just feels like you're so spiritually enlightened. Like, whereas with other people, when they encounter some sort of setback or lesson in their life, they might kind of shut down. But with you, it's like you understand why this is happening. You knew this would probably happen before it started. You're like, okay, this is finally it happening. And you feel emotions behind that, of course, but it's like you're thinking more on a level of trusting the universe, having faith in the universe. Oops. Okay. Trusting these lessons and remaining open and allowing yourself to learn these lessons. I also noticed that her stomach looks pregnant again, so this is the Empress, creativity, but it feels more like what comes from that creativity. What's the aftermath of what you've grown this year? Because that's what you're dealing with now. It's like you're dealing with things that you knew could happen, but how do I ground myself? Grounding could be a huge thing that you need to work on at the end of the year. But you're trusting and you're allowing yourself to feel the energy. She just seems so enlightened and so like, okay, that's happening. I'll trust. I love that. This could also be you kind of moving more into your work when certain things in your life that could result in more emotion come up. You having this career with the beginning meditation that I spoke about. I heard the words motivation and sleep deprivation. So you could be having these emotions this year that you kind of push aside, and really or not necessarily push aside, because I don't see it as a negative thing. It just feels like you're trusting in your intuition and you have more of a distraction for yourself this year. So it's like, whereas before you might have been just like sinking into your emotions, this year, like, okay, that's happening. Let me just work extra much. Sometimes you guys might be a little bit of workaholics, and that's lovely. But it feels like when you're doing something that you really love, you sink into it and you're just like, you maybe do a little too much or you work too much. This is really focusing on what's grounded. So your environment with this faith card, some of you guys could be getting pregnant, having a baby. If this isn't that, this is, I see this as laying a foundation. So again, at the beginning of the reading, when I got this South Node card, I mentioned that some of you guys could be moving, buying a home, really creating a life that's something you never had before. So moving on your own, moving out with someone, with a partner, starting a family of your own. That doesn't necessarily mean a baby. You could be getting a cat or something, but creating a family that is different from the beginning of the year. What you think of as family right now, who is family to you, was going to be completely different at the end of the year. Also, I mentioned Sagittarius and Taurus before. This could be a lover who is a Sagittarius or a Taurus. Maybe Sagittarius, Taurus moon could have both energies. It's going to be different for you. Any of you, some of you guys might be a Taurus moon or a Sagittarius moon or have either of those signs in your chart. I feel like this is a really beautiful connection. I mentioned falling out with this person before, but this feels like more of a karmic relationship. Maybe not necessarily falling out with this person at the end of the year. For some of you, it might be, but this more so feels like going through this beautiful connection with this person. Having faith that it's going to work out and whatever's meant to be will be. That's also a song. Getting so many songs. Also, I see the release card on the bottom of the deck here. So letting go of the past. Maybe this Taurus, this card also reminds me of the Empress again. So Taurus could be someone in your life. Someone in your life could be a Taurus, I mean. But releasing the past, and they could be helping you through any karmic situations that you have going on. So it might not be them you're falling out with, but they could be assisting you in that. And maybe somebody that you're falling out with could be their friend too. You could have similar friends. So it's like you guys are dealing with the same problems and you're supporting each other through that. Just something karmic, some sort of lesson at the end of the year. Different for everyone again. So what I'm going to do now is just pull a tarot card for each month of the year 2020 for you guys. Just to get a better idea of any specifics that are going on. Again, this is a general reading, so it's not going to resonate for all of you, but I hope it does. And if it doesn't, again, feel free to watch your moon, Venus, or rising sign reading. Okay, so January 2020 for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Okay, Knight of Pentacles. So this is definitely something that's already started for you guys in 2019. This is a career path, moving forward with your career path. Things may be going a little bit slow in the beginning, like I said, but making the decision with the Chariot on the bottom of the deck, making the decision to keep pushing even if you don't get results right away, using the law of attraction to manifest what you want, feeling what it's going to feel like, allowing yourself in meditation to really go within and feel what all these beautiful things are going to feel like, and that allowing yourself to move closer what you actually want. you just have to make the decision to keep pushing. It's like with this Chariot card, and on the bottom of the deck I have the Four of Swords, which is kind of like, in this situation, this isn't necessarily the meaning of the card, but I see giving up. It's like, do I give up or do I just continue and trust? This could be a spiritual path for most of you guys. It's like you guys are starting something spiritually that you're spiritually drawn to career-wise. Could be a spiritually related career as well. It's like, do I keep going or do I give up? For the first few months, it might be like you don't get the results that you wish for, but when the results come, it's going to be like all at once. That's kind of a theme for a lot of the signs this year. It's like there's some sort of period of transition, and then when something comes in, it's going to be all at once. It's going to be love, career, money, stability, everything all at once. This could also be, with the Knight of Pentacles, a earth sign coming into your life. Maybe this is somebody that you knew in the past that has been gone for a little bit out of your life, but then they come in and I see this as them offering some sort of like, it's like you guys are just talking about your lives ever since you guys connected with each other and then left. It's like you're just talking. You're just saying, oh, this is happening in your life. That's really neat. This is happening in my life. It's like you're just calmly talking about life. Like, so aside from anything that might have happened, I don't feel any grudges, like any negativity surrounding this person, but it feels like you guys are just, maybe you're creating a friendship, a mature friendship that you guys didn't have before. Maybe there was an offer from this person that you didn't take in the past, and you guys are taking that offer now. Like, they come back into your life and you're like, okay, I can do this. I'll accept that. Oh, what was I just talking about with everything rushing in? So this is going to happen for you at the beginning of the year with this Eight of Wands. It's like career could start to speed up in February with the Nine of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. Maybe you start making more money from something that you're interested in. Maybe not again to the extent that you hoped, but you're feeling like super positive about it. You're really hopeful. You're feeling what it would feel like to have the abundance that you want, and you're allowing that to happen. Eight of Wands, this could be a lover coming in for you at the same time, and that making you really happy. Like I said before, everything rushing in at once. I feel like this is going to happen in the first quarter of the year. Feeling really loved is also what I got. So I have the Page of Cups for March 2020. This is a romantic offer from somebody, maybe a different person. This could also be with the Eight of Wands in February, multiple lovers coming in for you at the beginning of the year. I don't see a hard decision here. So it's like this person's coming in beginning of the year. Okay, it didn't really work out, or it did, and we're just like disconnecting now, and then somebody else comes in. Could have a lot of people interested in you in the year of 2020, and it's because you're thinking so positive. It's like you're feeling your power. You're feeling so powerful, and that's in that aura people are feeling, and they're feeling your confidence, and they're attracted to you because of that. They're feeling your success as well. With the King of Cups here, could be a Scorpio or Cancer, Pisces, could be a water sign. And in January, this person could be an earth sign. I don't know if I said that. And the Ten of Wands, it just feels like so much going on, so much on your plate. You got work, you got these people coming in, you got a community you're building. It's like you're being pulled in a bunch of different directions, and that could make you kind of nervous, or like, I've never been this busy before. I've wanted to be busy. Now it's happening. What do I do? But I feel like this is a really positive thing, and this isn't like so much on my plate, like it's stressful. It could be a little bit, but it feels like so much is on my plate. This is what I wanted for so long. Thank you. April 2020. For Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. April 2020. For Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. April 2020 for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Again, in March, this could be a love offer. In January, this could be more of like somebody offering to help you in career, possibly. Less love, but this is two different people coming into your life. Page of Cups could also be you starting this new creative venture, or really starting to get your foot in the door is what I heard. Maybe you're actually starting to paint like the card shows. It's like you just have this free-spirited energy towards whatever you're doing, and you're just like really excited about this new path, and it's going to grow into something where you are the king. I keep seeing the king on the bottom of the deck, but it's like, of course, you're going to be the page when you first start something. That doesn't mean you're immature. You're going to build maturity in this situation very quickly, and by maturity, I mean figure out how to handle things. So in April, I have the King of Wands. This is very creative. With this fifth house card, that is so cool to see, because these are very similar cards for me. It's Leo energy. It's also Sagittarius energy. So you could be meeting this Sagittarius. I was talking about at the end of the year around this time, or this person could be play a very important role in April for you guys. They could really, I see them maybe helping you in this business and helping you get things off the ground. Maybe they're able to give you guys a different perspective that you haven't seen before. I also see the King of Wands as traveling. So some of you in April could be traveling to a different part of the country, maybe for work and for creative ventures. I see this as also for some of you, maybe like you're going for like a conference, like you're traveling for a conference. I just saw 2222 on my timer when I looked up. This King of Wands energy, so this Leo or Sagittarius could be going with you. I just see so many people around you that are positive. And meanwhile, you could also be going with a Queen of Pentacles. This could be like an aunt, a mother figure, a supportive, nurturing energy. Or this energy could just be around you and very supportive. And it's like now that they're seeing everything coming to fruition, now that they're maybe seeing money coming into the picture, where maybe as before they didn't fully understand what you were doing and how it was all going to work out. Now that they're seeing the money, they're seeing things happening, they understand it more. A lot of parents are like that, you know? So this could be a mom, an aunt, family member. What you're doing is a little bit unconventional, so could involve travel as well. They could be helping you with travel. Maybe they're going and they're taking care of your cats as you're traveling with the Queen of Wands. Oh my gosh, I was about to go find the Queen of Pentacles again, and it was on the bottom of the deck. Look at the kitties. They could be taking care of your kitties as you travel. Taking care of your kitties, or like feeding the fish, taking your dog on walks. January, February, March, April, May. So May 2020, I have the Justice card here. For me, this could be something legally you're dealing with for some of you. This could be needing to learn about the laws. Maybe you realized you'd been doing something a little wrong with your career, especially if you're an entrepreneur. I also see this as possibly learning about taxes, how to manage your money. Maybe you're getting a business manager in May. Is it May? June, February, March, April, May. Yeah. Maybe you're gaining a business manager or somebody that can help you, like a financial advisor, like to balance all the money you're making. Also, you're learning about like You're learning about legal terms possibly because what you're doing could involve you having to word things a specific way in order to prevent legal troubles. And that's not a negative thing. I mean, it's just learning about laws and realizing that you have to put disclaimers on something, or you have to possibly, if you're like doing an Etsy thing, this could be like, how am I gonna do my refunds? How am I gonna word this so that I'm not in legal trouble? If you're selling like, even I got the image of you selling like cookies or like baked goods online. Maybe you're having to get a license for whatever you're doing. Also, like a off the road stand of some sort. Maybe you're getting a license for like an office space. Just something legal, like you're signing a contract in May that could be important to your business. It's like you're gonna have a space now that you can work. May, June 2020. Temperance, June 2020. So as I was talking about near the beginning of the reading, I mentioned you guys could end up being a little bit of a workaholic in 2020. This could be talking about that. This is a reminder for you guys to balance work and your personal life. So I see here, I don't know if you guys can see on this side, she has like cupcakes and a martini, and on this side she's got carrots and water, a photo album. On the other side she's got a laptop. So learning to balance work and your social life and things you actually enjoy. Well, you could enjoy your work, but you know what I mean, things that are important to you socially. Also, eating, this could be literal. Some of you guys could start to maybe slack on your diet a little bit. Some of you guys could have made a New Year's resolution involving diet at the beginning of the year, and this could be around the month that you guys could slack on it. Maybe you guys just don't have enough time. Balancing everything with the yoga pose. Some of you guys literally might be getting into yoga or some form of relaxation that you're making time for. Maybe you're meditating. This is a reminder that you guys need to take care of yourself, and sleep. Like I said, sleep deprivation is a term that I got at the beginning of the reading. Some of you guys just need to sleep. Just learn when to say, okay, stop. You're being so successful, and it's like you have this motivation to keep pushing, but sometimes you need to take a break. It's like the money's coming in, you're really motivated because of money. Some of you guys could have Capricorn in your chart as well, so you guys are really motivated with money, with the Saturn return Capricorn as well. Needing to balance. Balance. The High Priestess on the bottom of the deck. Trusting that it's almost like you guys are afraid that everything you have is just going to disappear overnight if you like slow down, or if you I don't want to say give up, but if you slow down your movement, it's like if you take a break, you're afraid that everything's going to disappear, but it's not. You're allowed to take a break. You're allowed to focus on yourself, and because I feel like whatever you're doing is very intuitive, and you need to focus on your intuition for whatever you're doing. So it's like if you're slacking on your self-care, your intuition's gonna slack too, and you need that. So you need to focus on yourself and trusting your intuition. If you need a break, take a break. Not everything's gonna disappear. You're gonna be perfectly fine. July 2020 for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. July 2020 for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I also see nutrition being very important. I got the word nutrition, making sure you're eating right, which I kind of said, but this is more, it's less diet and more of like making sure you're eating right. Because if this is intuitively, if this is speaking about your intuition and making sure you're balancing yourself so that your intuition is at its peak and you're feeling healthy, your body and your intuition go hand in hand, you know. So if you're feeding your body the right way, your intuition is going to be heightened. So making sure you're eating healthy is going to support your intuition as well. Okay, so July 2020. That card was trying to come out. I almost took it earlier. I don't know if you guys saw that. So 2 of Swords. You could feel like in your career, there's a little bit of stagnancy for a minute. Maybe you do decide to take this break, and then when you come back, you realize that things have kind of slowed down, and that could make you scared, or you're kind of hitting, there's this term in running. This could even be you taking on another, like an exercise plan with yoga. There's this term in running. What's the word I'm looking for? It's like when you're peak and then you kind of bottom out. It's like you kind of stay, you hit your peak, then there's like growth isn't happening for a minute. You're kind of staying consistent for a little while. So it's like there's been so much growth throughout this year, then all of a sudden this point comes in July where you're kind of, your growth isn't happening, but you're not falling down either. It's like you're kind of just staying consistent, and that could scare you guys. It feels like it's the universe trying to like jolt you and get your attention because something you're doing isn't healthy, and the universe is trying to get your attention. This could also be yourself going through a personal transformation. It's like everything physically is going right, but now maybe I need to focus on the internal and understand myself more, and this personal transformation that I'm going through, I need to focus on that. Friends are going to help you being grateful for what you have as well. Maybe you guys have stopped kind of, I don't want to say stopped being grateful, but maybe your gratitude has kind of went down as you've grown. It's like you've stopped saying thank you to the universe because, I don't know, you've stopped so much saying thank you to the universe because it's like everything's just been happening, and maybe the universe is trying to push you now because they're trying to say, hey, be grateful. I've given you all of this. You got to be grateful. Say thank you. Something is just trying to get your attention, and I just see like the universe, your spirit guides, like shoving you and being like, hey, wake up. Okay, so August 2020. Okay, so there's this 1 month, 2 months of stagnation, then you start to grow again. You start working more. Things are coming back together where this period of kind of self-reflection might have happened. Growth is happening now. You're working hard. You're getting to where you need to be. You're leading as well with the Emperor on the bottom of the deck. You know what you want and you're going towards it. You have a plan. Leadership. Again, with the center of attention. And then with the Devil underneath that, I feel like this is a reminder for you guys to stay humble. It's not all about money. It's not all about the finer things in life. It's not all about comparing yourself to other people as well. I feel like you're going to be comparing yourself to other people. Well, this person has this, or this person does this, so it must be okay. Trusting your intuition and knowing that's not all about material. Remind yourself of the reason you started this. You started it to help people. You started it to spread your art. You started it to bring positivity to people, to society. So remind yourself why you started, because you could get a little power hungry and your ego could take a swing up. And that's not to scare you, because I do feel like you guys are going to remain humble, but this is just a reminder. You guys could get so into money and so into material stuff for a second, and you really need to catch yourself and remind yourself why you started. Okay, so September 2020. September 2020 for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Aquarius, September 2020 for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I also see this Two of Swords as possibly being stagnation in a relationship. This could be like maybe an argument you guys have, or any sort of separation you guys have. Maybe not an actual separation, maybe more of like a detachment. So maybe you guys just emotionally, conversationally feel detached for a minute, and then you guys are able to come back together and work together again. It's almost like you're sitting down for coffee and you're like, I don't know what to talk to you about. I feel like I've talked to you about everything. I don't really know. It's like just this like I've fallen out of love mentality, whether you love them or not. It's kind of like, I don't know. It feels like a connection feels over for a second. A connection feels stagnant for a second, and then you're able to come back together. So September 2020, I got the Page of Pentacles. So this could be a new path you're taking in career, where you've done all this work in the past. Maybe you're coming up with a new idea. Maybe you're focusing more on the original reason why you started this. You're just changing your path a little bit. It's the same path, but it's like you're coming to a crossroads again, and you're figuring out which way to go. It's like, do I go this way, where I might be more focused on money? Do I do this and make more money, or go this way and focus on the original reason why I did something? I also see this as possibly, I mean, you're getting a lot of attention, like I said, but I see this as maybe if you're doing social media or something, like a company coming towards you and being like, do you want us to sponsor you? And you having to make the decision, do I do this or do I not? Is this actually the original reason why? Maybe they're offering a lot of money, and you're torn whether you should do it or not, because it might not be something you 100% stand behind. Again, this could be anything. It might not be social media. Maybe this is another job offering you more money, and it's not something that you would love, and you have to make the decision on, do I take the money, or do I remember the original reason why I started this? It's not all about money. I have to make the decision for myself, even if it means I'm not going to get a lot of money. October 2020 for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Knight of Swords. I get this as maybe you guys feeling a little bit bitter. Maybe you guys decide not to take the offer in these past couple months, and it's like somebody's like, why the heck didn't you take that? It's like differing ideas. Maybe this lover could be somebody that you're working with in career. Maybe you guys are starting this together. They could even be your personal assistant, the Sagittarius or Taurus, possibly an air sign as well. But there could be an air sign coming into your life later on that doesn't really line up with your beliefs. This might be that same person or not, but it's like they're all about money, success, winning, doing all this, and that's not really what you're about. And you might have to kind of kick that person to the curb because they're not someone that you're artistically, your ideas don't line up. You know, in like bands when they break up and they say like, we weren't artistically on the same page. That's what I feel like. Maybe you hire another assistant. Maybe someone else comes in to help you and you guys just don't get along and it doesn't work and you have to fire them. And they could get a little bitter. Ooh. they might try to take control where it's like not their place to take control. This could even be like the public coming at you, maybe your friend group kind of turning against you for a second. Maybe you do something wrong and you have to remind yourself to stay humble and like, okay, I need to take responsibility. I said the wrong thing. So for November, I got the Three of Pentacles, right? It's November. Yeah, November. Three of Pentacles. It feels like there's going to be 2 other people you're working with in November. So it's you and 2 people. This could even be in September, October. I say you guys, but it could be these 2 people you're working with. I mean, you and another person who are like the head of this, who are like, you're the owner, they're the co-owner, then who else do we add to this mix? You could be interviewing people with all these birds I noticed in the Knight of Swords. This could be all these people coming in to want a job with you or to want to be this other person that you're hiring. But you guys have to make a decision on one person. A lot of bitterness involved possibly with people not getting the job. Maybe they feel personally attacked by that. But you having to be like, okay, it's for the greater good. Relax. I'm gonna pick one person. That person could be male or female. I feel like if this is a male person you guys are working with in the beginning of the year, if you're a female and this is a male, another female's going to come in. Like it feels like 2 females, 1 male. However those genders line up. Doesn't really matter so much, but I just felt the need to point that out. Feels like a group of 3 who are going to create so many beautiful things. With the pentacles on the wall, this is really interesting. I noticed the color. So it feels like one of you guys, it could be an earth sign, one could be a fire sign, one could be an air sign. Just a little thing I noticed. One of you, hi Crystal, my kitty. One of you could be more focused on money, dealing with finances. One of you more focused on creativity and the action, putting things into fruition, and another one of you could be more focused on the communication and the social aspects, so like social media or something. You're like building this team in this year. It's really cool. Oh, my cards just flew everywhere. Okay, I'm just gonna leave that there. So December 2020, I got the 9 of Wands. As I was saying at the beginning of the reading with the oracle cards, it feels like some friends you're gonna have to pick apart. Oh, okay, so this could be friends or also people you're working with. It could be both. It could be, like I said at the beginning of the reading, 3 people. It feels like you and 2 other people are gonna be this solid group, really devoted and loyal to the greater good, it feels like. And this 9 of Wands is maybe you being a little bit defensive for other people coming into that circle, because maybe you were proven in the past that some people aren't genuine and don't want you just because you're a cool person. They want you because of what you have to offer to them. So like I said before, discerning that and realizing that you will have to shut people down. You will have to say, no thanks, you can't really hang out with us. And that sounds a little like pretentious, but I feel like that's something you guys are gonna have to do. Obviously let them down nice. You're an Aquarian, so you might, especially if you guys are Aquarius Venus, you guys might tend to, if you're Aquarius Venus with like Aquarius Mercury, some of you guys might have an Aquarius Mercury, you might tend to be a little cold with the way you come across and the certain things you say, maybe needing to learn how to say things a little bit nicer. But you could be on the defense. That's okay. You've been proven wrong in the past. I feel like this huge lesson at the end of the year is learning who to trust and who to not, and trusting your intuition with that. If you're proved wrong by someone, if you're proved that somebody wasn't genuine, don't like completely shut everybody out because of that one experience, because not everyone's like that. Not everyone's going to take advantage of you or try to get what you have. So not treating everyone as if that's their intention is really important as well. Wow. That was a lot. That was really beautiful. I love this for you guys. I love this for me too. I'm an Aquarius. Feels really like a productive year. So much motivation, so much going on, so many new experiences. This year is going to be a huge shift in your maturity. Something could be going on with Saturn astrology for you, astrologically for you guys. Like maybe your Saturn's moving into another house, like in your transit chart or something. Just some sort of shift with Saturn towards your life's purpose, towards who you're meant to be. I love this. Okay, so I think that's about it. I hope you guys liked this reading. I hope it was able to give you the clarity that you need, make you excited for the new year. There's so much to be excited about. So, yeah, I hope you guys like it. And don't forget to check out your moon, your rising, your Venus, and your sun sign as well. They'll be listed in the description and on my channel. And don't forget to subscribe for other readings. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.